Emily's back. How was your weekend? Everything good?
It was great. How about you? I hear you have some exciting news to share.
Oh, you know what? I was here all weekend, but the other half of the fam. I was here with daughter number one. And
You can't say that they're twins.
well, she was the firstborn.
Okay.
So they
That's
call
true.
them when they're twins, when they're, before they're born, the OB always refers to them as baby A and baby B. So we'll call I was at home with daughter A.
Okay.
All right. Daughter B and mom were in Austin, Texas, and actually her soccer team, the Columbus United G11 team, they punched their ticket back to the national championship in Orlando in July.
Disney World in July. Are you so excited?
So I will go to Disney World in July, but I'll be at the Wild World of Sports. I'm not going to the parks or anything like that.
I wanted you to focus on the in July part.
Oh, we were there last year in July. It was so hot.
I know. But, at least you could, you know what? I hope it's all magical and wonderful for you.
It will be hot. You were in Nashville this weekend, or this last week into the weekend. How was everything?
It was great. It was a great time. I loved it. I'm not going to lie to you, Kirsch. I kind of felt like that woman that says, oh, my husband's doing this, my husband's doing that, but with you.
Oh, no. What do you mean?
Because everyone's like, oh, where's your co-host? Stuff like that. And I'm like, oh, no, he's back in Ohio, stuff like that. But it made me kind of feel like I was lying. I don't really have a co-host. I do both parts.
Well, I promise I'm real. I'm not AI. So Emily was at the CRS, Country Radio Seminar. Is that what it is?
Yes, yeah. That's correct. Yes.
You met a bunch of people. You saw artists perform. I've got some questions about it.
Gosh,
you asked me to go, and I was like, no, I'm going to stay here and do the show.
You laughed in my face. That's fine.
Well, I knew I couldn't, but just with everything else going on. Let's talk about CRS. Emily was in Nashville last week, left me high and dry.
Oh, thank you. I tried to help you as much as I could, but you were like, no, it's fine. I got it.
So here's what I want to ask you about. First of all, two things before we get into CRS. You always talk about manifesting things and making them happen. Now, two things you've manifested have not come true. You did not get Kelsey Ballerini to your Galentine's party. And you promised you were going to manifest an interaction with Luke Bryan where I would be able to do my Luke Bryan impersonation for him on FaceTime. And that didn't happen.
I was going to try for Luke Bryan.
You said you were going to manifest.
I will manifest trying to run into him.
Your manifestor is broken. Let's just admit it.
I need to get it fixed. But we need to also show the people, we'll post it on social media, what you made for me. I think we need to post it, what you made for me about manifesting Luke Bryan.
I took a picture of Luke Bryan and I zoomed in as far as I could on his face. So his face is the whole phone screen. And I just put manifest it in big, bold letters. And I kept texting it to Emily all week. So sorry about that. How was it?
Are you really, though?
Yeah, it was great.
It was fantastic. Obviously, the main reason I went was to network, hopefully, for us for our show.
So who are we having on this week?
Oh, no, I'm not that far yet. Because you know why? Because I tried to name drop you and that got me nowhere. So then I had to go to Sean Boy Crenshaw's name. No, I'm just kidding.
People obviously don't know who they're dealing with.
I was like, you don't know who Kirsch is? What? No, but it was great. There were a lot of great artists there. There's one that honestly, this one, he's newer. His name is Preston Cooper.
Okay.
Kirsch, he sounds like Chris Stapleton and maybe a little Willie Nelson. He is fantastic. He got a standing ovation.
Are we going to have to do a Chris or Preston like we did with Morgan Wallen to Tucker Wetmore?
No, but did meet Tucker Wetmore. And he did FaceTime my husband. And my husband, you know what my husband told me after?
What's that?
I thought you were FaceTiming me with some guy you were with, just some cheating
random,
on him kind of thing. Yeah.
Oh my God.
I was like, no. But okay, good to know where we're at in our relationship. No, I'm just kidding. He was very confused. Who is this random guy? And then he was like, oh my gosh.
You're like, that's
Emily,
Tucker
you should have
Wetmore.
told me. I would have had my hair done. I was like, no, that's not fun.
That's awesome. Okay, so it sounds like it was fun. Hopefully you've got guests lined up for next week then, since you were networking.
I do have to tell you, there was a surprise performance from Joe Jonas. And I told my husband that. He was with Ashley Cook. And my husband goes, oh, did you meet him? And I said, Zach, my whole personality would be I met a Jonas brother. If I met Joe Jonas, you would know. The whole world would know for at least a week.
I met Joe Jonas back in the day.
Of course you have.
You want to see the pictures? I'll send them to you. You can.
Yes,
do that.
please do. I'll Photoshop myself
You should have
in.
told me. I would have sent it to you. You could have been like, remember this guy? Okay, well, it sounds like fun. I'm looking forward to all of our guests that are coming up. Here's a question for you, Emily. When your phone rings, are there certain people you answer every single time, or are there, do you let them go to voicemail most of the time and text them back? What are your phone rules?
Do I ever answer when you call?
Yeah, you do, actually.
I'm just kidding. I usually answer if I know them. And if I can't answer, I will literally text you right away and say, I will call you right back.
I think that's pretty much the way most of us do it at this point.
I know numbers now. If it's important, they'll leave a message, right?
Right, exactly. That's the way I look at it. Like, hey, if they really need me, they'll leave a message or they'll text me right away.
Yes.
Right.
And so why? Why do you ask?
Well, telephobia is now a thing, and I want to see if you have this, because there's a lot of talk about how little Gen Z likes to talk on the phone. It's a real thing called telephobia. Growing up with texting and messaging, many Gen Zers are finding phone calls so stressful that they experience physical symptoms like increased heart rate and shaking when they're on the phone.
Seriously?
That's what it says.
You said you have this?
Well, I don't have it to that extent.
Shake when you call? Like,
No.
when I call, do you go shake and just like your heart beats? Like, oh my gosh, what's going to happen?
I don't shake. I don't get like heart racing or anything like that, but I hate talking on the phone.
Oh, I actually don't. You know what's so funny? I realized this the other day. Tess and I talk on the phone all the time, and I'm fine with it, and she's fine with it. But other people, it depends.
Yeah, I don't like being on the phone. There were
You don't have that certain person though. Like I have Tess.
No.
Oh, okay.
No, I really don't. My mom, I'll call my mom. My mom is the only one that I talk to for long lengths of time on the phone, and I'm talking long lengths of time, like 20 to 30 minutes.
Oh, that's cute.
How long are you and Tess on the phone when you talk?
2 to 3 hours sometimes.
Shut up, you're not. What do you
We
talk
are.
about for 2 to 3 hours?
A lot of things.
Oh, my Lord.
I know. It's like we need a podcast or something.
Stop
right?
it. Seriously. Wait, how often does this happen?
Oh, we talk at least once a week, I would say, on the phone.
For 2 to 3 hours?
Not always that long, but at least I think we did. Calling is just easier sometimes.
You both need more to do.
Please don't say that out loud. No, it's just, I would say once a month, it's probably a couple hours, but usually, I don't know.
I can't even imagine, you know my life, though. I don't have the time to spend 2 to 3 hours on the phone ever.
Most of the time when we call each other, it's in the car.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
But I was going to say,
on those 2 to 3 hour drives.
Yes. Do you ever FaceTime people? But I forgot you don't have FaceTime, so.
I have Snapchat. I have all sorts of video ways to call people, but I don't like FaceTimes either.
Okay, well, clearly what we're getting at is just never call Kirsch. Just text him.
I do have FaceTime. I have Apple devices, just not my phone. There's a college in England that has actually started a class to help Gen Zers overcome that fear of talking on the phone, which is crazy to me too. So, okay, Emily, here's a question for you. Apps on your phone, are there any that you that just use the heck out of?
Yes, a lot.
What's your go-to? What is your most used app on your phone?
I'm going to say Instagram.
Instagram. Yeah.
How about you?
Socials are my obviously texting and that kind of stuff is super used.
Texting an app?
Yeah, it's its own app. Like iMessage, that's an app.
Oh, okay.
There you go.
I never realized that, I guess, because I thought you couldn't really delete it. Apps, I think you can download and delete. So
yeah, it's an app. It's an application that runs on your phone. iMessage. Anyhow, there's a new one that's out. It's called Protector.
Okay, so it's going to protect me from you?
Yes, it is.
Is it because you're just, I need protection apparently. I don't know why.
I think we should both download this. Problem is, it's only available in New York and LA right now. You can download the app, but the service you can't use. So what Protector does, it's a private security service that is basically, they're calling it Uber with guns. So here's what it is.
Wait. LA and New York are the only ones you're allowed to download this at?
Well, no, you can download it, but it's the only place it's available. Yeah. So for $1,000, you have the Protector app, and for $1,000, you can have an armed guard pick you up and shuttle you around town in an Escalade for 5 hours.
But how do I trust this armed guard?
Well, they're all retired law enforcement or active duty law enforcement. They're all, screened. And it's like Uber. How do you trust your Uber driver that Uber screens them?
I don't. But we're not going to go down that rabbit hole. What about how about retired veterans? They need jobs.
They're in
sometimes.
there too. Veterans,
Okay, good.
active duty, military is in there.
All right, well then I might use this. Not that I really hopefully need it, but
It's a $129 annual fee. Prices start at $1,000, but you can pay more to protect multiple people or even have a motorcade with up to 3 Escalades.
Does it come with a one-time use of Jason Statham protecting you?
Oh my God. No, he's an actor.
He does his own stunts.
Stunts are different than protection, though.
No, I truly feel like if I was in a horrible situation and he was with me, he could protect me.
Okay, here's what we're going to do.
He would offer me more protection than you would, let's be honest.
Here's what we're going to do. So I am going to arrange a situation where
Why would you do that?
you and I have our protection in, I don't know, a ring, and they can fight each other. You bring Jason Statham, I'm going to bring a Navy SEAL.
All right. Well, I know, because then that's a whole, I might feel bad disrespecting a Navy SEAL or something. I thought you were going to pick a bad guy.
No, this is armed guards that are military and police and stuff. You're showing up with Jason Statham?
He could protect us, Kirsch.
He's going to be like, oh, I'm going to kick your butt today.
Yes, and you know what? He would.
So a website
I'm interested, that's for sure.
out there ranked all 50 states and Washington, D.C. from the best places to work from home to the worst. If you had to guess, what would you guess are the best states to work from home in?
Ohio, I feel like could be one of those for sure.
Why is that? Why would you put Ohio up on the list?
Because I feel like a lot of things that Ohio offers, corporation-wise, can be done at home. But then again, no, because there's a bunch of manufacturing here too. So maybe not. Kansas.
Okay.
One of the worst though, I could see LA or New York or something like that, where even Nashville, to be quite so Tennessee, I guess, kind of, because those are jobs where I just feel like there's a lot of bigger entertainment industry jobs that you have to be in the office for. Does that make sense?
Yeah, see, I look at it different. As far as working from home, best states to work from home, I would put Florida up there because, if you live near the coast, you could maybe take your lunch break out on the beach, or California, or Colorado. Hey, you know what? I'm going to take a break and de-stress and go for a little rock climb out on the mountains or whatever, that sort of thing.
Carolinas too. Could be some of the best to work from home.
And you don't have to use a virtual background if you're in Florida on the beach. You're just you know what? I was actually in a hotel room on the beach one time and I had to do some work and I pulled up, I turned my virtual background off. I was like, no, you people are seeing what I'm seeing because this is beautiful.
At least you're honest about it. At least you're sharing.
The 10 best places for remote work, according to this, are New Jersey, which... Have you ever been to New Jersey?
Yes, yep. Mm-hmm.
How did that make the top? That's the number one place for remote work.
Yeah, I really don't.
Utah, Delaware,
I can see that.
Maryland, Connecticut, Pennsylvania, Washington, D.C., Massachusetts, and North Carolina are your top 10.
Okay, that's very interesting. What about the worst?
Ohio's right in the middle. The worst, they say, are Alaska, Montana, Arkansas, Wyoming, South Dakota, Oklahoma, Mississippi, West Virginia, Maine, and the worst is North Dakota.
Well, you have a personal beef with North Dakota.
I don't like North Dakota.
I understand that one. I think you made this list.
It was 50 below over the weekend in North Dakota. 50 below.
I mean, that sounds better than...
Everybody not die?
10 degrees.
I know. Okay, Emily, I sent this story over to your computer there, so you should be able to pull it up on your screen there because I want you to read through this.
I'm not happy with the first words that say gross alert. So I really have faith. Thank you.
So here's what this story is about. I found this the other day and I found it fascinating and really disgusting. And it said that there's a lot of companies bringing people back to the office. And getting back into the office, you're exposed to a bunch of people and germs and all that kind of stuff. And when you think about germs and them getting into your system, I think most of us are surfaces are gross, people sneezing and there's stuff airborne, that sort of thing, right?
Yes, that is correct.
This, my friend.
All right. So we all know public restrooms are pretty disgusting. This is going to be great. This will really make you think twice before using one. Research shows that when you flush a toilet, it sends bacteria-filled water droplets flying into the air. And what's worse, flushing a second time. It sends even more bacteria into the air.
Oh, yeah, it does.
You know, Kirsch, would it be a Monday without you having a toilet story for me?
Nope.
Honestly? Okay.
But keep going. This just keeps getting better. Get ready.
Droplets are tiny enough to travel deep into your lungs. Ew.
Toilet droplets in your lungs.
According to the study, good ventilation can cut the risk by more than half. So next time you're in a public restroom, look for a well-ventilated stall. When you gotta go, Kirsch. Like, who looks for wait, hold on, I gotta wait because I need a well-ventilated stall.
A fan in here somewhere? Okay.
And maybe wait a few seconds after someone flushes before taking a deep breath. You know what? We're gonna never have this problem because we're like the only ones here.
I know. Read the next paragraph, though, because this is, you didn't know you were being exposed to this in the past and how well your body was getting accustomed to it. But go on.
Apparently, this was a normal germ exposure from the past. Using the restroom at work exposed most people to airborne contamination on a regular enough basis that our immune systems were able to fight off the ick that we would breathe in. Working from home has eliminated this exposure to other people's airborne germs, and experts are finding that when re-exposed, a lot in the workforce are getting sick after returning to the office.
From toilet spray.
Thought they were just getting sick from anxiety for returning to the office, but...
Or people sneeze. You didn't, so avoid the people sneezing. And
all the teachers listening are like, we're fine. We've been back for a very long time now.
Exactly. So hold your breath every time you hear a flush from now on, because little did you know you were breathing that in before and your body was used to it, and now your body's not.
That's disgusting. Happy Monday.
Okay, so again, thanks to my friend Danny who sent me this link the other day on Instagram, and I was like, this story has to go on air. There's Morgan Wallen, by the way, Jelly Roll for you before that, too. It's Kirsch and Emyle, New Country 103.9. You look confused.
Danny, what is your feed like? I love this. I kind of wish that I came across fun things like this.
This story is hilarious. It's a study that says country music may decrease milk production in cows.
I just don't buy it, but okay.
Okay, so listen to this story. This is crazy. There's a Scottish farm that tested whether country music would boost milk production in cows, but the results were surprising.
Dude, the fact that you have that ready to go says so much, Kirsch.
Cow sounds?
Yes.
Okay, so listen to this. 44 out of 45 cows, when listening to country music, produced less milk than when not listening to country music. So this experiment conducted by this ice cream company called Mackey's was inspired by earlier...
I'm sorry. I just see you randomly now playing the cow sound anytime we're telling something. Okay, so are they supposed to listen?
They're kind of quiet in the background. Hang on a second. I need to kill that music for a second. We just need more cow sounds while we go here. There we go. Okay, the company this ice cream company hired consultants to create a country music playlist. So they actually went to the experts on this to put together a playlist. And while most cows produced less milk while listening to country, one cow actually increased her yield by nearly 1 gallon.
Okay. And what are they? Okay, first, are they supposed to listen to heavy metal?
Well, I don't know.
What's supposed to happen? Okay, but now we'll focus on the artist. Okay.
Earlier studies suggested that classical music increased milk production, so they wanted to try country. Despite the decline in milk production, though, 73% of the cows showed curiosity about the music, visiting the milking area more often when country was playing.
Oh, I bet I know who number one is.
So they actually put together the list of the artists that brought the cows into the milking area most often. Number 5, Luke Combs.
Okay, I can see that.
Number 4 was Brooks and Dunn.
Okay.
Number 3 was Carrie Underwood.
Oh, that's really?
Yeah, the cows liked Carrie.
Okay.
Number 2 was Garth Brooks.
Okay.
Number 1, Luke Bryan.
I am not shocked by that for some reason.
They played Luke Bryan.
I need him to now. Does he know this?
I don't know.
He needs I would wear this as a shirt all the time, and
those cows produce
everywhere. I help cows produce milk.
Well, no, they produced less, but they liked coming to the milking area when Luke Bryan was playing.
I lure cows to the milking area.
Those cows love coming in and listening to my music.
Gosh, it's like he's here with us.
I do whatever I can to make sure.
Seriously. All right. All right, so one of my favorite texts I've ever gotten in my life, I got, I think it was on Saturday. It came from you, Emily. Can I just read this word for word on air?
Burying this. I thought this was a let's bury it in the 6 a.m. hour.
No, we got to talk about this.
During prime time. Okay, cool.
When people are in the car driving to work. It's Kirsch and Emily, New Country, fewer commercials, New Country 103.9. Here is the text that Emily sent me on Saturday. It said, I have to admit something to you on air, and I'm not happy about it. It's yet again about you being right. I feel like I have a list of things to admit you were right about. What? Where'd this come from?
So I'm just going to own it. I'm going to own that I am admitting defeat. Let me just say that.
Okay.
And that is that I do think Morgan Wallen threw the chair.
Wait, what? Okay, so
Yes.
wait, let's rewind.
I was die hard on when that whole chair gate happened. I was die hard that he did not throw the chair, right?
Right. The Morgan Wallen threw the chair off the roof of Eric Church's bar in Nashville, got arrested, all that kind of stuff. And Emily's like, no, it was staged. It was a publicity stunt. Okay, what happened? Why? What?
I was just talking, and I think you're right. I think he threw the chair, and yes, it's scary, and I'm sad that I have to admit that you were right.
Something happened to change your mind. Why did you change your mind?
Just some good points were made to me about it. And also, I do think it is kind of weird that there was no video after thinking about it. Like, that's like, okay, do you remember when Chris Young had the whole incident happen with the cop? Where he was like drunk or something, and the cop tried to say he assaulted him, but he really didn't.
Yeah.
Okay, but the video came out showing he didn't.
Right.
In his favor. So I guess why isn't there a video of Morgan? You know, like, I mean, I think the right people saw it is what I'm trying to say. So I admit I was wrong.
Okay.
There's probably, a reason that no, we're not seeing the video, and you were right. I was wrong. Chairgate, Morgan Wallen threw the chair.
Well, I'm glad. That was like a year ago.
I know, but every time it gets mentioned, I defend him for that, and I think that was the wrong choice.
Okay. Well, I'm glad that you know what?
Yeah. It's not easy for me to admit you're right. You know that, right? Like, this is killing me.
I didn't push you to do this or anything. I let you come to your own conclusion. It just, I come up with the right information faster. That's all.
By the way, his sign that he, that sign he fought for in Nashville for his bar, it's really nice.
Oh, well, good. Yeah, he has the sign up on his bar.
Didn't go in it, but it looked nice. So.
Right. Well, you went to bed every night when you were in Nashville at like 7, so.
Yeah, you're right, I did.
That's not Nashville incorrectly. Kirsch and Emily, New Country 103.9. Welcome back, Emily. After 3 days of leaving me high and dry, having to do the show by myself.
I didn't leave you high and dry. I invited you. You said, no, that doesn't really seem like my thing.
No, I would have loved to have gone. I just couldn't.
I know you would have. You were like, no, I have a family and
I had to stay
have
home and
other
do
commitments.
Dad stuff.
Yes.
Stuff. You know what happened the other night? By the way, I was at home with daughter A while Mrs. Kirsch was in Texas with daughter B for soccer. And she said to me, she's like, hey, Dad. I was like, yeah. She's like, can we go get deep dish pizza at Giordano's?
Gosh, I was going to mention that to you when you posted that picture of her. When did she grow up? That's my little girl.
Oh, I know.
I know. Like, she's technically yours, but come on.
She looks like a college student now, right?
Like, she looks so grown up, and it makes me want to cry.
I know. But anyhow, we went to Giordano's, so we'll talk pizza instead of sentimental stuff.
Oh, man.
I was like, man, I've raised them right. They want to go get deep dish when mom's out of town. So it was great.
Yes. You can't get them when mom's in town?
No, she won't. No. She's like, that's too much pizza for me. Anyhow, you were in Nashville last week. Who'd you meet? Who'd you see? What was your biggest surprise out in Nashville? Why didn't you FaceTime me with Luke Bryan?
One, you don't have FaceTime. You made that very clear to me because you're an Android user. So
Snapchat, Facebook.
Sadly, Luke Bryan and I couldn't be in the same room. I kind of think he has it against me.
Luke Bryan's like,
I'm not doing a video with anybody unless it's on FaceTime.
Yes, but also, Farm Tour when he was here.
Yeah.
That didn't happen.
Right.
And then he was supposed to perform, and I think something happened. So I really just don't think Luke Bryan likes me, is what I'm getting at, which is fine, I guess.
I like
don't know.
everybody except for
I'll
Emily.
I'll only let that keep me up at night. So no, it was fantastic. We met a lot of great people, a lot of great performers. There's one from actually Ohio. He is from really close to Johnstown. Preston Cooper. He is fantastic. He's
Really
Chris
close to
Stapleton,
Johnstown?
yeah, he's from like Fredericksburg. I think that's close to Johnstown.
Fredericktown?
Maybe that's it. Yes.
Okay, that's up off of
direction.
That's up off of Route
Isn't
95.
it by me?
No,
by
well,
me.
it's
Okay.
everybody's close to Delaware as it is Johnstown.
Okay, fine. Steal my spotlight. That's fine.
It's Knox
Anyway,
County. It's the
he
county
was
seat of Knox County.
fantastic. Okay, and he's going places.
Wait, you know who else is from Fredericktown? It was not Luke. Was Luke Perry? Wait, was it Luke Perry? Was
Perry?
from?
Oh,
Hold on.
I don't know. That's something you can Google. That's not my time. That's your time.
That's
But the biggest surprise of the night was Joe Jonas showing up and New Faces, and that's all I got.
oh okay. Yeah, it was
For
Luke Perry.
surprise, I mean, I'm glad you're invested in that right there.
I mean, there's not much going on in Knox County, but they got famous people everywhere apparently.